This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Friday, September 26th. An abundance of sunshine with a high of 89 will greet folks on opening day of the State Fair. Mostly clear this evening with an overnight low of 64. A few clouds may drift in and out over the weekend, but mostly sunny skies and highs in the upper 80s and lows in the mid-60s are expected. Here are today's headlines. A Collin County man has been identified as the shooter, alleged to have fired indiscriminately at a Dallas Immigration and Customs Enforcement Office building this week, leaving one detainee dead and two others critically injured. 29-year-old Joshua Jahn of Fairview acted alone when he targeted ICE agents with a long-range rifle early Wednesday and was not intending to harm any detainees, according to Nancy Larson, acting U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Investigators have been analyzing devices, data, and writings recovered from John's home, hoping to learn why he might have held anti-ICE sentiments. Larson said they discovered a collection of handwritten notes, which suggested the shooting was a premeditated attack, months in the making, to vent John's hatred for the federal government. In one of the notes, John referred to ICE's work as human trafficking, and in another, he expressed his intent to kill ICE agents and cause property damage to the office building, adding he specifically mentioned a desire to minimize damage to detainees or other innocent people. No law enforcement officers were hurt. In other news, as I mentioned earlier, opening weekend of the State Fair of Texas is expected to be temperate and sunny, but it may not stay that way over its entire 24-day run. The Dallas Morning News spoke with fair officials about what attendees could expect should inclement weather rain out the fun. As an event that's about 80% outdoors, fair operators said they keep a close eye on the forecast. Rusty Fitzgerald, vice president of Midway Operations for the fair, said he watches the radar regularly and gets 2 reports a day from AccuWeather. Fitzgerald also gets notified anytime forecasters there spot a weather threat, like lightning or hail, in the park's vicinity. They'll usually start shutting down taller rides if lightning is observed within 20 miles, but that guideline is always subject to change depending on how fast a storm is moving. Once they make the decision to close rides, Fitzgerald notifies ride owners through a group text and over local radios. He said each member of the safety team also has a designated area of the Midway to check in and ensure operators have received the message. If a particularly severe threat is headed to Fair Park, officials can choose to close all outdoor activities. In those instances, Fitzgerald can send out an alert that will be heard in all parts of the park, warning people to take shelter. Next up, Dallas has ended relationships with sister cities in Russia and China to comply with a new state law banning such agreements with countries deemed foreign adversaries. The Dallas City Council on Wednesday approved ending the city's connections with Tianjin, China, and Saratov, Russia, after Governor Greg Abbott signed House Bill 128 into law in June, requiring all Texas cities to terminate sister city agreements with China, Iran, North Korea, and Russia by October 1st. Texas lawmakers who supported HB 128 argued that these sister city agreements with any of those 4 countries could pose security risks or conflict with U.S. foreign policy. Sister city agreements are meant to promote tourism, as well as cultural, business, and educational exchanges. City Council member Adam Basildua went on a 10-day trip to Dallas's sister city Sendai, Japan, earlier this month. The $6,000 visit was funded by the city's Office of Government Affairs using reallocated American Rescue Plan Act funds, which were designated in February of last year to boost international business and tourism. Tianjin, China was established as a sister city with Dallas in 1995, and Saratov in southwestern Russia has had a sister city agreement with Dallas since it was approved by the City Council in 2004. Dallas suspended that relationship with Saratov in March of 2022 after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Dallas has at least 9 sister city agreements. Councilmember Kara Mendelson criticized the number of agreements at Wednesday's meeting, suggesting that the city's program be reviewed and that there be a set of criteria for success to determine which partnerships are actually necessary. And Six Flags Over Texas visitors prepare to meet Tormenta Rampaging Run. On Thursday, Six Flags revealed the details of Tormenta, the world record-breaking roller coaster coming to Arlington for the park's 65th birthday next year. The ride is coming to Six Flags Over Texas's Spain area and is themed after the country's running of the bulls, with Tormenta meant to represent the most dangerous bull of them all. Tormenta is a dive coaster, a type of roller coaster characterized by its vertical drops and inversions. It will be the tallest dive coaster in the world at 309 feet. It will also be the fastest dive coaster, reaching speeds of 87 miles per hour, and the longest at 4,199 feet. The focal point of the ride is a 95-degree beyond vertical drop of 285 feet. The path features several twists and turns, including the world's tallest vertical coaster loop at 179 feet and the highest Immelman inversion at 218 feet. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back on Monday with more from the Dallas Morning News.